In an upcoming episode for Apple Fitness Plus's Time to Walk audio series, Prince William remembered feeling as if he were in a trance back in November 2013 when Taylor asked him to sing with herself and Jon Bon Jovi on stage during a fundraiser at Kensington Palace. According to Town & Country magazine, Prince William shared that he was sitting next to Taylor at the table, and right after Bon Jovi finished his first song, there was a slight pause in the performance, and before it continued, Taylor invited William up to sing. He said, quote, "She puts her hand on my arm, looks me in the eye, and says, 'Come on, William, let's go and sing.'" And to this day, Will admits that he still doesn't know what came over him and revealed that he cringes at what happened next. Prince William continued, quote, "Frankly, if Taylor Swift looks you in the eye, touches your arm, and says, 'Come with me,' I got up like a puppy and went, 'Yeah, okay, that seems like a great idea. I'll follow you.'" But it sounds like the impromptu performance of Living on a Prayer went without a hitch, at least on the surface of it all. Underneath, Prince William said he woke up halfway through the performance after being in a trance and thought to himself, "Am I standing on stage singing Living on a Prayer when I don't even know the words?" But despite feeling that way, William revealed he didn't want to be a doofus and ruin it for those who were enjoying themselves, so he ended up staying on stage for the whole song. Prince William also shared that he was sweating under his black tie outfit and said that while he's done many speeches, this moment was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for him. He said, "Now, a lot of people might think that I'm comfortable on stage when I do speeches and things like that. I've done so many now that they're not a problem. But I have not done singing. At times, when you're taken out of your comfort zone, you've got to roll with it."
Camila Cabello met with Kate Middleton and Prince William to support a good cause. The 22-year-old singer was invited to Kensington Palace by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, where the trio met with BBC Radio 1's Teen Heroes of 2019. The awards celebrate the selfless, brave, and exceptional achievements of young people between the ages of 12 and 17. They're given to those who have inspired others, showed courage, or made a difference in their communities. Camila said in a statement, "I was so honored to be invited to Kensington Palace to meet and celebrate this year's Teen Hero finalists with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Hearing the incredible things these teen heroes have done is so inspirational. Their passion and dedication to help others is amazing, and they really blew me away."
If anyone's resilient, it's Michael J. Fox. The Back to the Future star appeared on The Tonight Show to talk to Jimmy Fallon about his new memoir. During their chat, Jimmy asked Michael to set the record straight regarding a rumor about once watching Back to the Future with the late Princess Diana. The legendary actor confirmed the rumor to be true and started telling the story of when he was seated right next to her at the world premiere.
I didn't realize I was going to be sitting next to him until before the movie started. And the seat next to me was empty, and we were all standing because the royals were coming. And so I thought, well, it's either her or Charles. I don't think Charles wants to sit next to me for the movie.
Michael went on to reveal that things got a little complicated once the movie started. In an effort to be respectful to Diana and her royal customs, the actor refrained from getting up out of his seat, even though he really, well, we'll let him tell you the story.
What?
But then what happened was the movie started, and all of a sudden I had to go pee, and so for the rest of the movie I'm sitting there like dying. I can't say anything to her, and I can't I can't walk away from her because I can't turn my back on her. So it was just agony, and it could have been the greatest night of my life. It was just a nightmare.
Something tells us Princess Diana would have been very understanding of Michael's dilemma. But hey, it makes for a great memory. The actor went on to share the late princess's reaction to the movie.
Did she laugh? Did you clap?
She seemed to laugh a couple of times. She wasn't ebullient.
Aside from the almost unfortunate accident, it sounds like it was a night to remember.
Rami Malek reveals he got a little too personal with Kate Middleton when they met. The Oscar winner opens up about the moment during a visit to Jimmy Kimmel Live. Rami excitedly tells the late-night host about the time he spent with Kate and Prince William at the recent London premiere of the James Bond film No Time to Die.
It is weird. It is.
Yeah.
Well, it's special. I mean, it tells you that it's a special event. A film like Bond deserves something like that.
Yeah.
And, last time I was there at Royal Albert Hall, it was the BAFTAs, so I had some familiarity with Princess Kate and Prince Will.
Where he had another convo with the future King and Queen of England. He explains that the three of them, quote, had a nice little chat, although Kate might not have been quite prepared for where the conversation would head.
What's fascinating is they've worked so hard to get to know everybody, who's done whatever film they've done, their past films, and you can see they've done their homework. And I just looked at Princess Kate at one point, and I said, this must be exhausting. And she said, why?
Rami goes on to explain that the couple had just welcomed their now 3-year-old child, Prince Louis, less than a year prior. He then recalled asking her,
I said, you just had a baby, right? And she goes, I think she was taken aback. She said, how are you doing? And I said, no, how are you? And in the most regal, elegant way, she's like, well, gave me a look. But you can tell. I mean, imagine you dressed to the nines, have to talk to all these actors.
After Jimmy points out that the royals must feel pressure to be careful about everything they say, Rami replies,
You're so careful, but it was so cool because I think I caught her off guard for a second. And, I had that look of, in the most elegant, professional, royal way. Yes, it's a lot having
What about
kid.
The actor says he even went so far as offering his own services in order to give the couple a night out on the town.
The funniest thing about that was I said, if you ever need a day off, some time off, I'm backup for you. And she's like, what do you mean? I go, I can babysit. You guys go out, have a good time.
Courtney Cox is spilling the royalty on that time Prince Harry did mushrooms at her house. In his memoir, Spare, released in January, the Duke of Sussex wrote, I think I might have watched every episode of Friends in 2013. I decided I was a Chandler. So, as he shared, it was surreal that a few years later, he wound up staying at Courtney's home while she was out of town. Harry continued, as a Friends fanatic, the idea of crashing at Monica's was highly appealing and amusing. But then Courtney turned up. I was very confused. Was her job canceled? I didn't think it was my place to ask. More, does this mean we have to leave? She smiled. Of course not, Harry. Plenty of room. Great, but I was still confused because she was Monica and I was a Chandler. I wondered if I'd ever work up the courage to tell her. Was there enough tequila in California to get me that brave? Harry then revealed that later, during a party, he and his friend spotted a huge box of Black Diamond mushroom chocolates in the fridge. Next came their trips. Well, in an interview with Variety published on February 27th, Courtney addresses Harry's claim, explaining, he did stay here for a couple of days, probably 2 or 3. He's a really nice person. She then adds, I haven't read the book. I do want to hear it because I've heard it's really entertaining. But yes, it's gotten back to me about it. I'm not saying there were mushrooms. I definitely wasn't passing them out.
It's a star-studded day at Westminster Abbey in London on May 6th for the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla. And there are plenty of celebrities who accepted an invitation to the coveted affair. From Katy Perry to Princess Kate, let's take a look at all the celebs who showed up to support at the King's coronation.
Rebel Wilson says she went to a wild party hosted by a member of the British royal family back in 2014, and the details are not safe for work. With her new memoir, Rebel Rising, Rebel Wilson continues to share eyebrow-raising stories from her life in Hollywood, and this includes her appearance at a medieval-themed party hosted by an unnamed member of the British royal fam a decade ago. Rebel writes in her memoir, per People magazine, the party was insane. Men were jousting on horses in a field. Girls dressed as mermaids were in the pool. The property was massive, and because it was quite a drive, people had been assigned rooms to sleep there overnight. And in addition to a private fireworks display and an alleged tray of drugs at the Los Angeles ranch, the Pitch Perfect star writes that the vibes abruptly changed around 2 a.m. She recalls an unnamed screenwriter warning her, the orgies normally start at these things about this time. And Rebel says that was her cue to bounce, writing, needless to say, I hike up my damsel dress and run out of there as fast as I can. E! News has reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment, but has not yet heard back. See Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhaney's meeting with King Charles III. For those who don't know, the stars are co-owners of Wrexham Association Football Club in Wales. And on December 9th, they were seen meeting with King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla on the pitch. The Deadpool actor later shared this pic from the royal encounter with the caption, Welcome to Wrexham Season 2, Charles in charge. And we know Charles is now in charge of the United Kingdom's days and their nights, at least according to Succession, following the passing of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, in September. And both Ryan and the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia star happily chat with the royals during the meetup. The Hollywood Bros bought Wrexham FC in 2021 and documented the redevelopment process in their FX series, Welcome to Wrexham. In August, Ryan reflected on his and Rob's decision to purchase the team, explaining their love for the club and its fans in an interview with Forbes. He said at the time, "This is the third oldest professional football club on earth that plays in the oldest international stadium on earth. It is serious business to each and every person. I don't care whether you're 5 years old in Wrexham or you're 95 years old. There is a passion."
Sandra Oh surprises fans as the actress attends Queen Elizabeth's funeral service on September 19th. The Killing Eve star is one of about 2,000 guests to attend the service at Westminster Abbey. Sandra pays her respects as a member of the Order of Canada alongside Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and fellow members of the Order. The actress, who was born in Canada, was appointed to the Order of Canada back in June of this year, the country's highest honor given to civilians. In addition to Sandra, reality TV star Bear Grylls was also photographed at the service, attending in his capacity as Chief Scout of the UK, a title he was given in 2009. Earlier this month, the Running Wild star penned a tribute to the late Queen, writing on the UK's official Scout website, "We will remember her and give thanks for her kindness, her service, and the unwavering support she showed our movement over many decades. She was truly a friend to Scouts everywhere."
So what is happening? Can you tell us the story of what's going on with this?
I think right off the bat I messed up.
Miles Teller is detailing how he, quote, blacked out when meeting Prince William and Kate Middleton. As the actor explains on the September 28th episode of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, ahead of the Top Gun Maverick London red carpet in May, the cast was briefed on how exactly to interact with the now Prince and Princess of Wales.
They give you like a full kind of rules, like do's and don'ts, and there's, a lot of etiquette, which deservingly so. So yeah, I kind of had a sheet to prep to make sure I didn't mess it up.
And yet he still did. Pointing to a photo of himself and co-star Jennifer Connelly, along with William and Kate, Miles reveals,
"You're not supposed to extend your hand right off the bat unless they do, but I felt the vibe. So I was like, I'm going in.
But despite his little rule break, Miles gives credit to the royals for being, quote, disarming, especially William.
I think right there, I'm honestly lost in Prince William's, in his eyes.
Tell me about this stuff.
His eyes?
No, but yeah.
But I think he's a lifelong fan now.
Yeah, now he has to, yeah. He felt the vibe is the best.
Just picking up what he was putting down.
Taylor Swift is making her love story Instagram official with a little help from the royal family. The 34-year-old shares a selfie posing with Prince William, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and boyfriend Travis Kelce, June 22nd from her Eras Tour show at London's Wembley Stadium the night before. Tay captions the post with a sweet birthday message to the 42-year-old royal, writing, "Happy B-Day, mate. London shows are off to a splendid start."
While appearing on the November 29th episode of Watch What Happens Live alongside her mother, Paris Hilton, Paris reveals to host Andy Cohen that she once hung out with Prince William and Prince Harry on a night out in London.
And Harry or William, have you met either of them? You've met both of them, really? Any energy there, like flirty energy?
They were really nice.
They were really nice?
We hung out in London.
You what?
We hung out in London.
You hung out? Like, did you
years ago
go out to a club?
This was years ago.
Years ago. Yes. Fun? Were they fun?
It was at the Park Lane Hilton. They used to have this bar downstairs.
I saw a picture of it, yeah.
It was fun.
Andy goes on to ask Paris about letting loose with the two royal siblings, and she reveals that she had some A-list celeb backup with her for the big night.
Were they able to let loose and have fun, or were they kind of restricted?
Yeah, we had a fun night. It was me, Christina Aguilera, and the boys, and a group of people.
Wow, I love it.
It was a fun night.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.